Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson will testify in front of Congress next week about his city's sanctuary status. Here's what he had to say about how he's preparing and about the Justice Department's lawsuit against Illinois and the city of Chicago.
Your single-digit poll numbers and the anger and the frustration that people are feeling towards their mistrust of you and the lack of transparency, are you prepared, and your allies for that matter in City Council, prepared to lose re-election over this payday loan?
We're going to continue to invest in people.
All right, let's bring in anchor and investigative reporter Ben Bradley from our NewsNation affiliate WGN here in Chicago. Ben, so Mayor Johnson getting national scrutiny at the same time his approval ratings here in Chicago are falling.
Yeah, depending on the poll, he's either in the single digits or the teens, the lowest of any modern Chicago mayor. He doesn't have a lot of allies in Chicago beyond his backers, the group that founded him and made his political career possible, and that's the Chicago Teachers Union. But so far, he hasn't even been able to get the teachers the contract they want, despite many awkward efforts to do so. So, you know, Mayor Johnson will go to Washington, will go to this hearing already battered and bruised from a time here in Chicago that has been really difficult for him to control.
And so, Ben, in addition to a lot of questions during that press conference about his new budget proposal, he did talk more about when he does testify next week before Congress.
Yeah, he said he's not looking forward to it. He has reached out to former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot and even Rahm Emanuel asking for guidance on testifying before a congressional hearing. Look, you know, let's be honest about what these hearings are. Each side wants to capture the other in a gotcha moment. You know, Republicans are hoping to have, you know, some sort of moment in which Brandon Johnson freezes, stumbles, can't answer a question. They turn that into, you know, a social media moment and then fundraise off it. And on the other side, you know, Brandon Johnson wants to look like he is defending Chicago's immigrant community. He's likely not going to move off of that position, but his answer to why is Chicago a sanctuary city, why is Illinois a sanctuary state, he can point back to a previous governor, a Republican governor of Illinois, who's the one who actually signed the law that says local police can't cooperate with federal deportation efforts.
All right, so Ben, what is the latest with Mayor Johnson and then his interactions with the border czar, Tom Homan?
Our understanding is there have not been any interactions, unlike New York Mayor Eric Adams, who finds himself in an uncomfortable and certainly pliable position with the Trump administration. Brandon Johnson, as far as we know, has not communicated directly with Tom Homan or anyone else involved in the deportation efforts. And we do know from Tom Homan's own mouth that, you know, deportation efforts are not happening as quickly as he wants. So do we expect Brandon Johnson in these hearings to say, oh, okay, we'll let you in our jails? No, that's a state law that prevents it. But if Republicans are looking for an unpopular Democratic mayor of a big city to beat up on, they've got a good target in Brandon Johnson.
All right, Ben Bradley from our WGN affiliate. Ben, thank you, and we'll be right back. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.